to the Stretch Internet Broadcast Studio. Please enter your 4-digit code now. Your code has been accepted. Your broadcast will begin in 5 seconds.
Welcome back to the Burns Center on the campus of Missouri Valley College as we get set for the second half of our doubleheader. And welcome to all of you who want to watch the game. We had some internet problems earlier, but we're back online. Chaz Maddie on the controls tonight, so we'll have video and audio for you as well. This should be a heck of a ball game. Missouri Valley and Benedictine. Joe, when these two teams get together, it always seems to be a very close ball game.
Well, it does, and Benedictine's trademark, and you're going to hear it from Coach Ryan Moody in the interview in a minute, defense. They probably the lowest scoring team in the conference, but they're very stingy on the defensive end, and they win a lot of close games.
Yeah, as far as that is concerned, they're 12th in the conference in scoring, but number 1 in scoring defense. Well, let's check in. You had a chance to visit with Coach Moody.
Okay, chatting now with Benedictine's men's coach, Ryan Moody. And, Coach, off to another great start. You're 9-3, 6-2 in the conference.
Yeah, we have had a good start. We had a little rocky patch there where we lost, I think, 3 in a row, and for a lot of different factors, didn't shoot it well, had some sickness, but we've had some close games. I mean, our record could just as easily be 6-6 or even worse than that maybe. We've won several one-possession games, and then I guess the other way, we've lost a couple of one-possession games too, so it all evens out. But I like our group when we're healthy and whole. I like to say when we're whole, we're pretty good. We've got some good parts, so we're excited to get back out here.
I think I know why you're 9-3. You've given up less than 70 points in 4 straight games, 5 of your last 6, and like you say, you've won a lot of close games.
Yeah, we've won some close games. We defend, that's something we pride ourselves on. That's a little different than college basketball right now. There's a big trend to not to guard as much. We're the most penalized team in the league too. I don't know if you noticed that, but as far as fouls, but we like to play physical. We like to sit down and guard you. I'll be honest, it's a pretty simple philosophy. We just try to stop easy 2-pointers. Just work real hard not to give up easy ones, and then it slows down the game a little bit, not by design. We're not trying to play slow, but when you sit down and guard for 30 seconds, kind of takes some time off the clock. So, we've had some luck in those late game possessions, but we know we're in for a fight today.
And your leading scorer, senior Andre Yates, I understand he's a Division I transfer.
Yeah, he came from Cleveland State. He originally signed at Creighton and then went to Cleveland State and played 2 years. Great kid. We had a connection. He went to the same high school as Sean Fleming that's been in our program the last 4 years. And, sometimes on one-year transfers, you don't know what you're going to get. I'll be honest with you. Attitude and maybe baggage and some of this. But Dre, as we call him, has been just a great young man to have in our program. He's been an example to the young guys. Doesn't act too big, but he's a very gifted player. When I mean too big, he doesn't act too special or, like he's the man. He really just goes out there and does his job, and his job for us is to score. He's a talented, probably the most talented player that we've had offensively since I've been here. So we try to get him worked in, but he's very unselfish too.
Chad Lance joins us before we get into a big role in conference play, starting with tonight's game with Benedictine. Coach, I'm sure you had a good break, and here we go. It's time to get after it.
Well, it's here. 2017, new outlook, new focus, new team for us, and playing one of the heavy hitters.
This Benedictine team, it seems like when we play them, it's always really a good matchup.
It really is. Very, very similar styles, both offensively and defensively. Similar. Over the last 4 or 5 years, they've been 1 and 2 and 3-point ball games. So hopefully it'll be the same way tonight.
What's the key to their ball club tonight? I know Charlie Walrap's not there anymore, thank goodness.
Well, a lot of experience. I mean, they still return 8 guys that have played valuable minutes for them. They got 2 transfers in that are really good. They got a Division I transfer, and Andre Yates, that is very explosive. He may be one of the best guards in the conference. It's going to be a boxing match. They're physical and they're strong, and they truly try to bang you and force you to do some things defensively that you're not accustomed to do.
Coach, everyone got a few days off the break. When did you bring everybody back?
We came back on the 27th, so we've been at it here for about 6 or 7 days. So hopefully we've had a little bit of rest these last 2 games, or 2 days just going once. We'd been going 2 a day, so hopefully we got our legs back underneath us and we're ready to go.
But you have to have a couple of days just to get everybody back in game shape, don't you?
Oh,
you're eating mom's cooking.
Oh, we definitely do. It doesn't take long to get out of shape.
All right, Coach, keys tonight?
Well, for us, we're going to have to shoot the ball well.
Yeah.
We're playing a little bit smaller, so, we've kind of tweaked some things that we've done, so we're going to be screening and moving quite a bit. We have to play with a lot of up-tempo. But we're really going to have to rebound and defend inside. Being a lot smaller, all 5 guys are going to have to go to the glass, and then, no easy touches in the paint.
Coach, good luck. Talk to you after the game.
All right, thank you.
So there you have the comments from the coaches, and we're about ready for action tonight. The Vikings being introduced. Bobby Collins, the young man out of St. Louis, 6'3", 6.4 rebounds a game. Kyle Hickey, Remy Price, Tim Washington, who had a triple-double in that win over Kansas Christian. We'll talk about that more as we go on tonight. And Brody Gronwald, the Vikings' leading scorer. He and Washington were both 13 points a game. For Benedictine, Andre Yates, the transfer out of Cleveland State, 16.1 points a game, a 6-foot senior. Jake Chanuth, the 6'5 senior, 5.3 rebounds a game, 12.3 points. Christian Hatterley, A.J. Goss, and C.J. Vallejo are in the starting lineup tonight for the Ravens of Coach Ryan Moody. So here we go.
The last game we saw before the Christmas break, the Vikings beat Kansas Christian 117-71. How about Tavius Brazil? He had 24 points, something like 15 rebounds. Then also Marcellus Beard had 19. Some new guys came off the deck and really had big games.
And here we go. This game is underway. The Vikings in their home gray, the Ravens in their black, and here's Hickey with a shot from the top of the key that won't go. First missed shot, Yates with the rebound. Into the forecourt. Glad to have you with us on the Viking Sports Network tonight. Audio and video for game number 2 as our IT crew working all day getting some internet problems fixed on campus. Yates, top of the key, left-hander, raises for the 3, misses it. Remy Price with a rebound. Remy wants to run. Brings it middle of the floor, takes it all the way in. Soft shot won't go. And the rebound is pulled down by Hatterley. Hatterley off to Yates. The Vikings going to be a much smaller team. A couple of players on that front line not eligible here in the second semester. And here is Yates getting to the left side and scoring. Andre Yates, he has the first 2 points of the game.
Ken, he's a senior transfer from Cleveland State, a Division I player. They say he's a real deal. Coach Ryan Moody very high on his talents and his effort.
Came from Dayton, Ohio originally. Here's Tim Washington. Washington out front to Gronwald. Brody against this man-to-man defense. Working against Vallejo. Here's Collins off to Washington. Tim, top of the key, fade away. Had to take a tough 3 as the shot clock buzzer sounds, and it will be a shot clock violation. Well, there you go. There's that Benedictine defense right off the bat.
Not a good shot. Tim Washington just had to crank one up about as far out as you could. He had no choice. But Benedictine really didn't give the Vikes a good look during that possession.
So it is 2-0. The Ravens with the lead and the basketball here. And that is Goss, top of the key. He'll give it off to Chanuth. Chanuth, top of the circle, leaves it off for Yates on that right wing. Yates with a left-handed dribble. Fires it into the corner in front of the Viking bench. A 3-ball on the way. This one no good by Vallejo. Bobby Collins with a rebound. Again, he's about 6'3" and averages over 6 points, 6 rebounds a game. Circus shot as he does a 360, misses the shot, but Hickey tips it in.
Yeah, good hustle by Hickey. Good job running the floor by the Vikings. Collins missed the shot, and Kyle Hickey, Johnny on the spot to tie things up.
Oh, here come the Ravens in this tie ball game. They try to get inside, not there. Here's a baseline, 12-footer, up and in by Hatterley, the big guy, 6'7", knocked it down, 4-2 Ravens.
Seems like he's been here a while for Benedictine. We've called his name a lot over the last 2 or 3 years.
We get more and more playing time this year. Gronwald trying to get by Vallejo. Into the corner it goes, left side to Hickey. Hickey back to Collins, his 14-footer on the way. Hits, bounces off the glass and goes in. Collins has his first 2, and we're tied at 4. As we've said over the years, Joe, I don't anticipate this being a blowout one way or the other.
No, these 2 teams, Coach Chad Lance hit it. They match up well with each other.
Always do. Here's Yates, got that right elbow out, got to the baseline, misses the shot. It comes away to the Vikings, and here they come on the run. Price Off to Gronwald, sets his feet, fires the three, it won't go. Hickey offensive rebound, tracks it down in the corner, throws it out of bounds, and I think one of the Ravens had a hold of his arm. That's why the pass went into the Raven bench. The three officials didn't see it. Raven ball.
If we want to have an all-conference head and shoulder fake, give it to Brody Gronwald. Hit time he had A.J. Goss about 8 feet up in the air on the head and shoulder fake. Missed the shot, though.
4-4 is our score. As Goss working in front of us. Vikings in the man-to-man defense. 16:30 to go in the first half. Give it inside to the big guy, Hatterley, and he walked with it. The ball was taken away anyway by Hickey. He stepped in and took it away, but Hatterley had taken a couple of steps.
Yeah, good job of collapsing that time by the Vikings. Collapsed in. Boy, wholesale changes. Looks like Benedictine sending 5 new faces into the game.
Wills Walrap, Thomas O'Connor, or a couple of those two coming in.
Oh, no, not another wall wrap.
Yep. Norvilas comes in, 6'5" senior. Boy, Charlie was a heck of a player. Here's Washington for 3. Top of the key won't go. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Ravens.
I'll see if Walrap looks. He's not nearly as big as his brother was.
Norvilas wears number 34. Number 12 out there as well for the Ravens is Kyle Harrison. Now the Vikings take it away.
Good hustle, Kyle Hickey. Good job, Kyle.
Kyle's off to a good start. Here's Price. Back to Washington. Left wing. Washington tries to split a double team. He's tripped. No call. And here come the Ravens the other way. Well, there were 49 turnovers in the first game. I guess they don't want to call me in this second game.
No, you won't see as many this game, I don't think.
Into the corner. Here's a 3-ball on the way. Good.
Walrap.
And that is Mr. Walrap. No, that's Cutney. That 22, wasn't it? Yeah, that was Will Walrap.
Walrap, yeah.
Will's Walrap, number 22, who knocked that shot down. Collins, top of the key. Gives it off to Price. Price double teamed out high. Now to Gronwald. Off it comes to Washington. Back out front to Price. We've played 5 minutes, 7-4 Ravens. Price tries to drive inside. Into the corner to Hickey. 4 on the shot clock. Hickey forces up a wild shot. It hit the rim, but the rebound is pulled down by O'Connor. O'Connor quickly into the corner to Walrap. Walrap can't hang on. Now he tracks it down at midcourt. And knocked away from him by Gronwald. It'll still belong to the Ravens at midcourt.
Good hustle by Brody, though. He dove over to the side into that. Now Coach Chad Lance having a little friendly discussion with one of the officials.
Ball at half court will be inbounded by Cutney. And he'll give it out front to Kyle Harrison. Now they work it down low. That's where they'll go against this team. They get it into Cutney. Misses the shot. Hickey with a rebound. Off to Tim Washington. Washington quickly into the forecourt to Hickey. Hickey drives left side, takes it underneath. Nice pass to Collins, and he's fouled on the way up.
And Bobby was good to stuff that with a great pass that time by Kyle Hickey as he drove down the left side, drew double coverage, but Benedictine collapsed well. Bobby couldn't get the dunk away, but he's fouled, so he'll have 2 shots as he'll try to make it a 1-point game here.
O'Connor with the first foul of the game. Free throw on the way. Collins spins in and out.
You know, I'd say Bobby maybe the biggest overachiever on this team this year. He's off to a good start.
No question about it. He'll have another one. And gets the second one to drop, and he has 3 points to lead the Vikings in the early going. Ball belongs to the Ravens. Vikings in a man-to-man defense. They give it out front for O'Connor. Whistle away from the ball. And it's going to be an offensive foul. And this foul is going to be called on Norvilas. An illegal screen.
Second team foul on Benedictine. The Vikes have yet to commit an infraction.
7-5. Ravens lead. 14 minutes to go here in this first half. Gronwald fakes the 3. Drives to the basket. A little teardrop in the lane. Off the front of the iron. No good. And the rebound is pulled down by Walrap. Sends it off to the wing on the right side. Shot is up, no good. Another rebound by Hickey. It's knocked away from him and taken away by the Ravens. Cutney with the basketball. Gives it back out to Walrap. Walrap kicks it underneath the Cutney. Now back top of the key. They'll drive left side, high off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound knocked away by Hickey. The ball still belongs to the Ravens.
Yeah, good job on the offensive glass that time by Jesters and Nervillis, another veteran on this Benedictine team, but pretty good defense by the Vikes that time.
Tavius Brazil checks in. You said he had the big game.
Big game against Kansas Christian.
Inbounding the ball will be Kyle Harrison. 13:36 to go in the first half. 7-4 Ravens. Now Chanuth will come back in, and Chanuth is going to replace Norvilas.
You mentioned Tavius Brazil. He played right down the road, about 30 miles down the road for the Boonville Pirates.
You can let this ball go all the way in the backcourt. Heads up by Chanuth. He goes back and retrieves it. Ravens with the ball. They'll take a lot of time off of each possession. They'll do the same defensively. And here's a drive to the left side, and a foul is going to be called on the Brazil, his first. And that's the first foul on the Vikings. 13:24 to go here in this first half.
Darryl Lemire out of Manor, Texas, checks into the Viking lineup, and Tim Washington will take a seat.
I don't see Chisholm Obaneki in yet, but our tallest player now on this roster is 6'5".
Andre Yates back in for the Ravens.
Yates just out for a bit. 7-4, 13:24. Here's a three on the way, and it's good, and that is Chanuth, who buries the triple with the left hand from the right wing.
That's a second triple by the Ravens.
10-5. Hickey top of the key. Gives it now off to Remy Price, working underneath the Brazil. Back out to Brody. Gronwald drives down the middle with the left hand. He gets it to climb over the lip of the rim, and his first 2 points. It's 10-7.
Good penetration that time by Brody. Went down and put it up with the left hand. That was a nice finish.
Yates with the basketball. Vikings in a man-to-man. Yates matched up against Price. Takes it inside the lane. Another foul is going to be called, and this one's on Brazil. Quickly picks up his second.
You know, Tavius, that wasn't his man. He was trying to help out. I see Dee Dee McCoy kind of limping down the sideline over there. I bet she needs ice and heat and everything under the sun. She plays. If you're a girl or a father of a girl and you want your daughter to learn how to play basketball, watch Dee Dee McCoy. The way she gives it, the effort she gives it.
Chisholm Obaneki checks in for the first time. I just mentioned him. He's on the floor along with Lemire. Here's a baseline shot. This one won't go. Lemire had the rebound, lost it off his shoulder. As the shot taken by Chanuth on the baseline. 10-5, 10-7 Ravens, 12:38 to go first half.
You know, we thought it could be low scoring, and so far it is.
Inbounds pass coming here from O'Connor. Fires it out high for Walrap. Walrap, not nearly as big as his brother.
No.
Chanuth out to Yates. Whistle away from the ball, and this is going to be an offensive foul. And this one is going to be called, I believe.
Cutney, I think.
Yep. Cutney picks up the foul, his first. And we have a 30-second timeout. Here are the other games in the conference tonight. Grandview is at Avila. Avila with one win in conference play. Peru State is at Graceland. Graceland is really doing well in conference play, 6-2, and Peru is at 4-4. Evangels at Baker don't look down, but the Crusaders on a little bit of a win streak. They've won 4 straight games.
Yeah. Well, good coach down there, Steve Jenkins.
They're at Baker. Culver Stockton looking for their first conference win at Mount Mercy. CMU at Clark tonight. William Penn at Mid-American Nazarene. That ought to be a good one. And Benedictine is here, so there's your schedule on this Wednesday night.
And very uncharacteristic. You look at the scores. Grayson only has 2 losses in conference, and maybe their last conference loss was to this Benedictine team in Graceland, 95-92.
Yeah, that's
kind of
uncharacteristic of this team. This team averages 75 a game, though the Vikings average 80.
But they only give up
68.
Benedictine gives up 68. Yeah, that's their trademark.
That's their trademark. Benedictine women look like they're ready to leave and make the trip back to Atchison. All right, Vikes down by 3 with the ball.
Looked like a zone.
Gronwald. Inside it comes to Obaneki. His turnaround in the lane. Got it. Good job by Chisholm. He hits his first bucket, and it's 10-9. Vikes back within 1.
That's what you like to see those big guys do. Put that ball up softly, let it dance on the rim and drop, and that's what Obaneki's shot did.
O'Connor with the basketball, gives it back out front to Vallejo. Vallejo now works it to Cutney. Cutney backs his way in on Gronwald. Kicks it into the corner. Back to Yates. He'll drive inside. Oh, is he quick? Takes it right side and scores. Andre Yates has 4.
I think he might be the real deal.
12-9 is our score. Price off to Obanecki. Comes out high for it. Now to Lemire. Lemire to Price. Top of the key. Bounce pass. Tried to get it inside to Gronwald. Ball was kicked. It'll still be Viking ball with 16 on the shot clock. Vikings come in 5-3 in league play. Benedictine 6-2.
This could be a big win for the Vikings if they could pull this one out.
Here's a pass, high post to Hickey. Now he goes into Obanecki. Obanecki spins it off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, Lemire, and he can't finish it. Oh, Darrell got in, crashed the boards, got the ball, and hit the heel of the rim.
Good hustle by DL that time.
Yates quickly stops, pops, scores again.
Wow.
That's a 3.
Wow.
And he quickly has 7 points. It's 15-9. Now Lemire gives it off to Price against this zone defense. Long 3, Gronwald won't go. One shot and you're out. Chanuth with the rebound. Here comes Yates. It's 15-9, 10:40 to go first half. Yates goes right side, floats it off the glass, no good. Fights for his own rebound, can't get it. Offensive rebound put back up and in by Cutney. And just like that, it's 17-9, an 8-point lead.
I'll tell you, Chanuth looks like he could play linebacker for the Chiefs. With Derek Johnson out, might need pretty husky, not husky, but pretty solidly put together player.
Tim Washington to come back in. I mentioned his triple-double in that game against a Kansas Christian. He had 17 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists. Just the 3rd triple-double in NAIA this season. And a first by a Hart player since Avila guard Cedric Johnson posted 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists in 2015.
Wow.
So he had quite a game.
Yeah, he did. Tim's a player, one of those guys that you know he can shoot the ball, but he's getting better and better every game and starting to do more and more things each game.
I think he is probably, I think he's going to be a key. You know Gronewald can shoot it, but I think Tim Washington's going to be a key in this second semester. The Vikings will be playing with a shorter lineup, and they're going to have some firepower from the outside.
Well, and I think a big key is going to be the inside game. We lost a couple players this semester, and who's going to step up and fill that role? We've got to have that strong inside game by somebody. Is it going to be Brazil? Is it going to be Obanecki? I mean, who else? I'm looking down the bench.
Yeah, somebody's got to step up.
Somebody's got to step up and make that happen. And they've got some guys I think that are very capable. And just see what happens.
Here's Washington, top of the key, and looks like the Ravens stay in that zone. 17-9. In it comes to Obanecki. Good strong move. Puts it up. Missed the shot, however. Boy, got good position. Missed the shot.
Yeah, got to hit that one. Just bad angle on the bank shot that time.
Here's Chanuth for 3. Missed it. Lemire with a rebound. He and Gronwald were both there. Darrell will bring it into the forecourt. Leave it off for Gronwald. Gronwald, bounce pass underneath again. They go to Obanecki, and he has the ball swept away and out of bounds. Viking ball.
I think somebody maybe got a little piece of Obanecki that time.
9:59 to go in the half. Saturday, Joe and I will be in Des Moines at Grandview. Monday, we'll be in Kansas City at Avila. Then back here a week from tomorrow night against Clark. A lot of basketball. Now a whistle away from the ball. A foul on Yates, I believe, holding. He pleads his case to no avail. That's the 4th foul on the Ravens.
Like to see about 3 or 4 more on Yates.
Yeah, he is a heck of a player. Now another foul away from the ball.
There's one on it.
There's your second one. And Yates picks up his second foul in 2 seconds.
Come on, Mr. Fisher. You're on a roll right now. Keep it going.
And Ryan Moody's saying, don't you know, I got to have him on the floor.
Hey, he's a D1 transfer.
And he is complaining as he'll come out. Or he's going to stay in the game with 2 fouls.
Hey, I think they're bringing somebody in now. He's going to come out now, I believe.
O'Connor will check back in. 17-9, 9:57 to go first half. We'll pass along the women's scores at our next break. Should have all of those in by now. Viking ball. And it comes to Gronwald. He has yet to score in this contest. Now to Washington. He has yet to score. Excuse me, Brody has 2.
Brody got that one left-hand layup earlier.
Here's another foul, and this one is going to be called, I believe, on Hatterley, his first. And quickly, that's 3 fouls in about 15 seconds on the Ravens.
And the Vikes will be in the 1-and-1 the rest of the half.
Here's Gronwald, baseline, 17-footer won't go. Daryl Lemire went high, couldn't control it, and the ball comes back to the Ravens. Goss into the contest, driving baseline. They work it underneath. Nothing there for Hatterley, so he'll give it back out to Chanuth. Chanuth to Goss. Man-to-man by the Vikings. 9.5 to go, first half. Low score, 17-9 Ravens. O'Connor top of the key. Cut off by Obanecki. He'll drive right side. Off the glass and good. Nice move by O'Connor.
I think for the Vikes to have a good shot at winning this, they got to speed Benedictine up a little bit. Got to get him to play. We run the floor well when we're in gear and need to make Benedictine run with us if we can.
Obanecki top of the key, off to Washington on the right side. Tim drives in through the big guys. Off the glass.
Oh, man,
he was leaning in, the ball behind his head, and he flipped it up off the glass and scored.
Tim's almost parallel to the ground, I think, when he let go of that ball.
19-11. Remy Price ready to come back in. Hatterley gives it off to O'Connor. O'Connor back out, almost taken away, but that leaves Goss open for the shot, and it's good, and it's a 3 on the right wing. 22-11.
7 different Ravens have scored so far.
And this pace is just what they want. A lot of time off each possession. Out front, Collins, 8:25. Boy, this first half flying by. Here is Gronwald. He'll take one from 14. No good. Rebound, Washington off the glass. It won't go in, but he was fouled.
Good job. Chance for a bucket and one that time. Washington got the rebound, and ball just kind of spun out on him. That could have been a big one if he'd have dropped that shot and then had the free throw.
Foul is on Chanuth, I believe, is first.
Kyle Hickey gets set to check back in for the Vikings.
Small crowd, all the students now here. We start classes next Tuesday. Washington, first free throw good. Vikes are 2 out of 3 from the line. And let's see. Daryl Lemire comes out. Obanecki checks out. Price is back into the contest. Collins is out there. And Hickey. And Washington gets both free throws. He now has 4, and he's the Vikings' leading scorer. 22-13, 8:15 to go. Goss working against Price. The Vikings staying in that man-to-man. Goss at the top of the key. Gives it off to O'Connor. O'Connor back to Goss. They play catch outside. Goss, left-handed dribble, top of the key. Switches back to the right. Works to the right wing. Gives it all the way out to O'Connor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Goss. They work it underneath to Hatterley. And the basket and one. There was contact, but they ruled Collins didn't get there in time. It's a blocking foul. Hatterley gets the bucket and a chance for a three-point.
Yeah, shot clock winding down there. It looks like the Vikes might have forced a shot clock violation, but the Ravens a good job getting the ball down low to the big guy, and that's Hatterley, and he stands in at, they list him at 6'7", and I believe every bit of it, and he knocks down the free throw.
He has 5, and it's 25-13, a 12-point lead for the Ravens on the road. Hickey gives it off to Collins. Bobby steps in the lane, drives to the right side, and missed another layup. Vikings have missed 4 or 5
Gotta hit that one
tonight.
Gotta hit that one.
Here's Chanuth to the free throw line. Back to Goss. Goss takes it left side into the corner. O'Connor for 3. Got it. This team's on a roll right now. That's 5 for O'Connor, and it's 28-13.
That's the 5th triple.
And there's a travel on Collins. Yep.
That's the 5th triple of the game for Benedictine. The Vikes have yet to hit one.
28-13. Chad looking for that lineup. Cutney will come in. Also back in will be Norvilis. And the Vikings bring, let's see who came in. Obanecki coming in. 28-13, just 13 points the first 13 minutes. Now, my math isn't the greatest, but you want to score more than 1 point a minute.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Here's Goss. Around to O'Connor, just hit that last 3. Vikings switch to a zone now. And they skip it across to O'Connor. Now Washington comes out on him. Goss swinging around to the right wing. Back to Goss. He'll raise for a 3. It won't go. Rebound. Washington. Here comes Washington on the run. Takes it all the way to the rack. Hits the bottom of the rim with that shot. Hits the deck.
I think Norvilis might have got a piece of that.
Now the other way. Here come the Ravens on the run for the first time. And there is an offensive foul as Hickey takes the charge.
And Kyle banged the back of his head off the floor. I hope he's okay. He did a nice job by Kyle. He squared up and let the big guy, Kootenai, run right over him. But Kyle hit that floor pretty hard.
Yeah, Kootenai got the charge, and Kyle is still down. So we're going to see for the first time into the contest for the Vikings, Laquan Turner will come in. But again, Hickey is still down. Boy, the Vikings
I think he fell back, and I think the back of his head bounced off the floor, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it looked like.
Yeah, the Viking roster's depleted anyway, and now you lose one of your seniors, Kyle Jr.
Kyle's
Hickey.
a guy who can make this engine run, too.
Well, there is a break while they take a look at Kyle Hickey. So while we have that, let's take a look at the women's scores tonight. The Avila women won tonight.
All right, good for Coach Tori Murillo.
They beat Grandview 53-51. And it was Mount Mercy over Culver Stockton 68-57. Of course, Benedictine won here 53-44. Mid-American Nazarene beat William Penn 68-65. They're still
good game,
undefeated.
good game there.
CMU won their 6th in a row, beat Clark 79-72. Baker over Evangel 70-61, and it was Graceland. They beat Peru State 82-61. So there you have the women's scores. But Murillo gained her first win.
I'm trying to think that William Penn at Mid-America won it, but that game was played at Mid-America, so William Penn played them pretty close. So William Penn ladies
played them pretty close. So there you have the women's scores from tonight. 6:27 to go in the first half. Price. Give and go. Obaneke. There's a nice
job.
Give and go.
Yeah.
And Obaneke finger rolls that one in.
Good pass by Remy Price. A nice job, nice soft touch by Chisholm Obaneke.
Now the Vikes go to work defensively. Down to 6 minutes to go in the first half. Boy, this is a deliberate Benedictine team, but they do it so well. Here's Goss, top of the key. Into the corner. O'Connor hits another three. That's his second triple. He has 8 points. 31-15. Remy Price, top of the key, gives it off to Gronwall. Brody free throw line, kicks it off to Laquan Turner. Turner between the legs of the dribble, back to Washington, top of the key. Around a screen by Obaneke. He's going to take it right side. Fadeaway, 7-footer, no good, off the heel of the rim. Rebound, Vallejo. And he'll give it off to Goss. Back to Vallejo. 5:30 to go. Vallejo and Goss, the two guards. Goss, top of the key, around a screen. Drives right side, all the way to the basket, off the glass, too strong. Ball is tipped, but it comes to Vallejo. So a fresh shot clock for the Ravens with 5:16 to go. O'Connor's hit 2 threes, fakes another one. Takes it right side, tries to dump it underneath. Knocked away, but he gets it right back. Now Vallejo will fire, it won't go. Offensive rebound. Back out front it comes. Norvilas got that rebound. That wasn't fair. Brody says, that's not fair. Norvilas, a big guy, at about 6'6", just went right over the top of him to get the rebound. Under 5 minutes to go in the half. Goss into the corner to O'Connor. He'll dribble it back out. Now kick it back, top of the key. They work it down low. Shot is blocked, but a foul on Price. He tried to block the shot of Nathan Stacy and picked up the foul.
Yeah, good job by Stacy going up strong that time. He's going to be on the line for 2 shots here.
Stacy, 6'4", out of Shawnee, Kansas, hits the first free throw. First free throw is good by Stacy. He'll have another one. It's good, and the lead continues to grow, folks. It's 33-15, 4:38 to go. Here in the first half from the Burns Center. Now the ball knocked away. Obaneke gets it back, however. Around to Laquan Turner. Turner, top of the key. He'll try to split a double team. Hook a pass back to Price. 13 on the shot clock, 4:20 game clock. Price, spin move in the lane, puts it up, and a foul.
Kyle Harrison, I believe.
And it will be, it's going to be a 1-on-1. They say it was not a shooting foul, but that's the 9th foul on the Ravens. Price gets the first one. That's his first point. Vikings are 4 out of 5 from the line.
I think Benedictine's already played 12 players by my count.
They keep coming in. Ooh, Price misses the second free throw. 33-16, 4:14 to go in the first half. Harrison running the show at the top of the key. Off to O'Connor's hit a couple big threes. Has it, fakes the three. That's Gromwalt runs after him. Now they'll swing it around to the left side. To Walrap. Back into the corner to O'Connor. Another three ball. This one won't go.
Nice job.
Laquan Turner takes that one away.
That's a nice aggressive rebound by Turner.
Now Price gets it inside the lane. Off to Lemire. Darryl!
Got it.
Nice
Good job.
through two defenders to score. 33-18. Vikings trying to make a little run here in the final 3.5 minutes, first half. Very patient are the Ravens. O'Connor into the corner to Stacy. He's not going to take that shot. One dribble, skips it all the way across. Into the corner. Walrap, and it's blocked by Lemire.
Good job by Darryl.
Picked up by Gronwald. Here comes Brody with a high dribble. Down the middle. Kicks it out to Turner and threw it right by him out of bounds. 33-18. Chanuth will come back in now.
You know, listen to the height on this Benedictine team, though. 6'4", 6'4", 6'6", 6'7", 6'5", 6'7", 6'7", 6'6", 6'4", 6'10".
And Nikola Angeloff of the Vikings is 6'7". Carl Washington injured is 6'6". Brazil 6'5". Obaneki 6'5", and that's it. And there's some big guys. They're not just tall.
Yeah.
Chanuth is a big man. 2:58 to go in the first half. 33-18. It's all Benedictine right now. Nice cut, backdoor cut, and going down the baseline and getting the bucket is Walrap. He has 5 points now. It's 35-18. Under 3 minutes to go in the half. Price cut off, top of the key, Lemire. Darrell's going to take it strong to the basket.
Nice
Put up
move.
the shot.
Good job by Darrell. Darryl went right down the lane. Boy, Darrell's got that great leaping ability. Maybe the best, one of, if not the best athlete on this team.
And Walrap picked up the foul. That's the 10th foul. So it's 2 shots the rest of the way for the Vikings here in the half. Kind of quiet here tonight. Vikings trying to get back into this thing here. Darrell's free throw, no good.
Come on, Darryl. Need this one.
Lemire with 2 points. 35-18, 2:35 to go. Laquan Turner will come out now. And Darrell's second free throw missed them both. So the ball comes back to the Ravens with 2:30 to go, and they've got a comfortable lead here in the first half, 35-18. Chanuth, good ball movement off the Walrap. Walrap, nothing on the right side, brings it back out. Now top of the key, driving in, the ball knocked away as Harrison driving right side, ball knocked away. 9 on the shot clock as he'll inbound underneath. 2:13 first half. Harrison inbounds. Almost throws it away, but Harrison gets it back. Turns, line drive shot from 15 won't go. Rebound Gronwald. Here's Brody. Double team, gets it to Price. Price looks underneath for Obaneki. Can't get it to him. 20 on the shot clock. Price still working that baseline. Takes it all the way in. Now kicks it out through a double team. Thrown right to one of the Ravens. Back to Harrison. He'll throw one up. It won't go. Offensive rebound up and in by Chanuth. Chanuth has 5 points now, and it's 37-18, 1:38 to go. And the size of the Ravens definitely a key in this first half.
And not a good shooting first half for the Vikings.
Washington, that ball almost went in the backcourt. He retrieved it about 2 feet before it went across into the backcourt. 10 on the shot clock, 1:22 game clock. High post to Obaneki. 5 on the play clock. Now to Price. Off to Washington. He has to take a really tough contested 3, and it's well short. Another shot clock violation.
Yeah, not a good shot that time. Washington did all he could do, but again, credit the Benedictine defense. And really, I didn't see any good looks during that possession.
All right, here comes Harrison. 37-18, a first half that really was played quickly with a lot of time taken off each possession. That's what the Ravens want to do. They have held the Vikings to 18 points. Into the corner, 3 ball is in and out. Ball out of bounds will be Viking ball, as I think Hatterley the last to touch it. Vallejo took that 3 and missed it.
I think Colby Nichols becomes the 13th player to come in the game for Benedictine.
Well, they've all been in there. 37-18, you're going to be on the bus and suit up. You might as well get in the game. Here's Gronwald. Off to Price. Remy back out front to Washington. 35 seconds to go. Washington can't get his man off his feet. They go to Lemire. Darrell stops, pops outside, off the rim, no good. One shot, rebound Hatterley. And they can play for the last shot, and the Vikings may be held under 20 points here in this first half. Harrison working against Price. They will work the clock down here. Harrison, Price reaches in, almost got the steal. Price now to Chanute. 4 seconds to go. Now they'll give it off. Here's a 3 on the way. It won't go at the buzzer. Good defense on that position by the Vikings in possession. But it's 37-18 as the Ravens have a 19-point lead. We'll check the scoring and have more at the half in just a moment.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I'd get up and take a walk.
I missed having a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I wouldn't give in to temptation, I spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to places that were smoke-free.
I didn't stay quit the very first time I tried.
I kept on trying, and I learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
I quit.
I quit.
I quit.
We did it, so can you.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
We're back, and we'll go over the scoring for you in just a few moments. But, Joe, I think the key to that half, before looking at any statistics, and you called it, the tempo of this game certainly favors the Ravens.
Well, Benedictine, they make no bones about it. They do not like to run up down the court, and I think the Vikings really, they're a better team when they get moving up and down the floor. So I think that's going to be a key. I think with Coach Chad Lance and his staff at half, they're going to try to speed this tempo up, and that's what I think it's going to take to get back in this game because, you know, we said it at the outset that Benedictine, a very low-scoring team. They like to play good defense, and they've got the size where they can just pound that ball inside. And so we got to get them. I think this half, I can see the Vikings come out with more pressure, and I think it'll pay off.
All right, we should have we'll have our statistics for you in just a minute. I do want to remind you this broadcast copyrighted by the Mass Communication Department of the Communications, Humanities, and Human Service Division of Missouri Valley College for the private use of our audience. Any retransmission or other use of the content of this broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College is prohibited. How about the score in that first half?
Yeah, you look at both teams. I mean, they're a good lead for Benedictine, but both teams have a lot of guys that scored. Nobody scored all that many points for either team. 8 Ravens scored, 7 Vikings scored. Let's do Benedictine first. The leading scorer in the first half was Thomas O'Connor with 8. He had a couple big shots from beyond the arc. 7 points for Andre Yates. He's the a guy that averages 16 a game. Looks like 5 points each for Christian Hatterley, Wills Walrap, and Adam Cutney. Say they each had 5. Looks like 3 points for A.J. Goss, 2 points for Jake Chanuth, and also 2 points for Nathan Stacy, who came off the bench. And I think I got everybody. I'm not sure. I think that's everybody for Benedictine. For the Vikings, their leading scorer, very uncharacteristic here, the leading scorer in the half with 4 points.
Wow. Was
Tim Washington and Chisholm Obanecki. They both wind up with 4 points in the first half, 3 points in the first half for Bobby Collins, 2 each for Brody Growwild, Kyle Hickey, and Daryl Lemire, and then 1 free throw by Remy Price, and that's it.
Oh, so not much scoring. How about shooting percentages in that half?
Well, the Vikings 7 out of 25 for 28%. Benedictine 14 out of 32 for almost 44%. So Vikings 0 for 6 from beyond the arc, 4 from 8 from the free throw line. Looking at the rebounds, Benedictine leads the way 20 to 15 in rebounding. Their leading rebounder have several with 3. Hatterley, Vallejo, Andre Yates, they all had 3 rebounds. For the Vikings, their leading rebounder in the first half was Kyle Hickey. Kyle had 4 rebounds before bumping his head on the floor. We certainly hope he's okay. Then 2 rebounds each for Grunwald, Remy Price, Tim Washington, and Daryl Lemire.
All right, so you have some of the numbers. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more. It's all Ravens here in the first half. They lead at 37 to 18.
Rich is just a really, really, really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich, no. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better, and kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
Well, we want to say congratulations. Haven't mentioned this since it happened, but linebacker Stephen Thayer was named to the 2016 Coaches All-American team. Continues the program streak of selections to the All-American team that dates back to 2007. Joe, I don't think there's any doubt. Stephen Thayer, he had a monster year for the Vikings on that defensive side of the ball.
You know, and really, Stephen kind of came out of nowhere. He played last year, but really, became so much more dominant this year. And, one thing about Stephen, his motor was running on every play. You never saw him take a play off, and he was going to back down from anybody, and he deserved every bit of that honor.
And he set the program's single-season tackle record with 111 total tackles. Led the Heart of America Athletic Conference Southern Division, was 5th in the NAIA in tackles for loss with 21.5. Finished 2nd in the division, 7th in NAIA with 11 sacks, forced a couple of fumbles. And he was also named 2016 Hart Southern Division Defensive Goal Player of the Year. So congratulations to Stephen Thayer.
Speaking of All-Americans, whatever happened to Ty Phillips? Do you have any idea?
Ty Phillips had a shot with Cleveland, and it didn't go well. And then after that, I do not know if he went out well to play or not. But boy, he was a player.
Oh man, well, I mean, Stephen Thayer was a good player. But Ty Phillips could completely dominate a game on the defense just because of his size and his quickness for a big guy and his strength. I mean, he had so many of those super talents. But Stephen Thayer, not a real big guy. But he brought it every play, and I'm ready. I'm enjoying basketball season. Want it to last as long as it can, but ready for next football season too.
And I believe we start at Benedictine. I believe
you're right.
I think the first game of the year is
around,
at Benedictine next year, so that'll be some fun as well. Also want to remind you, again, starting next week, some of our doubleheaders will also be on KMMO radio. And I know next week the Monday game against Avila and the Thursday games against Clarkville, those four will be on. So thanks to Pete and his crew, Melinda and all those at KMMO. They're going to carry some games started on Monday night. So that adds a little bit to the Viking Sports Network.
Yeah, that's nice. And KMMO's always been a very good sports supporter. They carry a lot of games. They carry the Chiefs. They carry the University of Missouri. They carry the Royals. They carry a lot of high school games, and it's good to see them doing the Vikings also.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be about ready for the second half. Right now, it's all Benedictine, 37-18.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Peekaboo, peekaboo, smile. Smile, buddy. Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy. You know how boys are.
Or maybe he's teething. Oh, poor baby. I think his gums hurt.
Maybe he's just tired.
Or maybe his tummy hurts. He didn't eat that much.
Maybe he's not ticklish.
You think maybe he's scared of the dog?
Maybe he'll outgrow it. Maybe it's a phase. Maybe he just doesn't like smiling.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs or see a doctor today for an autism screening. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better. And it can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
All right, the Ravens come back out on the court. They have the lead 37-18. And again, the key to that game, the first half shooting percentage for the Vikings, but I think the number one key, the tempo of this game just certainly favored the Ravens. You take a look at the number of shots. The Vikings got, 25 shots?
25, yeah.
And 32 for the Ravens. So not a lot of shots in that first half, and that's exactly what the Ravens want, and that's what they try to do defensively.
Well, and really, the big difference in the game is the three-point shooting. Vikes did not have a three-point basket in the first half. The Ravens had 6. So there's 18 points right there, and it's a 19-point game.
And the Vikings, looks like they were 4 out of 8 from the free throw line, just 50% from the line. Ravens were 3 out of 3. So
yeah, not a lot of fouls. Let's see, the Vikings only had 3-4 fouls the entire first half, and Benedictine had 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. So almost a foul-free half.
See Carl Washington still in sweats. I don't know if he's had surgery yet. He has to have some surgery, so I think I'm not going to say he's lost for the entire year, but he may be. And boy, it'd be nice to have that big guy in there at least for a few minutes a game, wouldn't it?
Well, I think that's going to be a big key. We talked about it in the first half. Vikes have to get somebody has to step up on the inside. A couple guys are gone that were here first semester, and somebody's got to step up and, make some things happen in the inside. Obaneki, Brazil. I mean, there are a lot of names you can throw out there. Just see who can make it happen.
All right, we're about ready for the start of the second half. Again, going into tonight, William Penn 7-1. They lead the league. This Benedictine team is tied with Graceland, Grandview at 6-2. CMU, Valley, and Mount Mercy all 5-3. Then Mid-American Nazarene 4-4. Peru 4-4. Baker 3-5. Clark 2-6. Evangel 2-6 in conference play. They won their last two conference games. And then Avila 1-7 and Culver 0-8 in conference play. So, boy, the Vikes right in the middle of this mix, Joe, and you could go either way. So these games, these home games, we say it so many times. These home games, you've got to hold home serve on your home court.
Yeah, you do, and I'd like to see how that William Penn at Mid-America game comes tonight. I mean, Mid-America, I think they're only 5-5, but they're always a tough team at home. And I'm looking ahead to Saturday, and I think one of the matchups Saturday, Clark goes to Evangel, I believe.
Clark to Evangel.
And that'd be interesting to ask the Clark players when they get on the bus.
How are they going to
How
feel
you
about
liking the
that?
conference?
And they're going to play at noon and 2. They're going to try to play a little earlier. They'll probably head in on Friday night.
Is that the longest trip? Are they further away than Mount Mercy?
Yeah, that has to be.
The Clark to Evangel is probably the longest trip in the conference.
One in the conference.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Ready to go second half. The Vikings, Remy Price, Tim Washington, Bobby Collins, Kyle Hickey, Brody Growald on the floor. But Benedictine gets the ball, and Hatterley misses a wide-open layup. Christian Hatterley, nobody around. He missed the shot. Hickey off the right wing. Splash, knocks it down. That's a three. So just the way you want to start this second half. Benedictine misses a crip, and Kyle Hickey knocks down a wide-open three. So the Vikes draw first blood here in the second 20-minute period.
Let's see if we can get this pace speeded up a little bit.
Vallejo, hands on the right wing to Chanute. Down low to Hatterley, picked up by Hickey. Skip pass to Vallejo, back to Yates. Yates goes inside, flips it up with the left hand, missed it. Offensive rebound, Hatterley missed another one. Rebound inside by Yates, and I think he lost it out of bounds. So 2 offensive rebounds that time by the Ravens.
Hatterley's not going to get 2 easier shots all year than those 2, and he missed them both.
He's going to check the backboard here in a minute, see if something's wrong with it. Left wing over to Yates. Yates fakes a three, now dribbles around Hickey into the corner. Head of the key, deep three by Shaunath, head of the key. Missed it. Nice rebound, Tim Washington. Timmy got up high that time. Ahead to Brody. Brody left-hand dribble into the lane, and he's going to be fouled. So nice take that time as Brody Growald got it on the right side, put it on the deck with the left hand right down the middle and draws the foul. And they're going to call that a 2-shot foul. That's going to come up on CJ or AJ Goss. That's his first. Growald on the line for 2. Bang, Brody knocks down the first one. So Vikes have scored the first 4 points of the second half. Let's see if Brody can hit another one. He can make it a 14-point game, which he does. So Vikes seem to have come out with more energy here in the second half. Let's see how it plays out. Good start. Vikes in that man, left wing Yates. Yates spins around Price into the corner. Vallejo puts up a jumper off the right side. Missed it. Nice job, and that's the second time Tim Washington skied for the rebound. Timmy getting up well. Growald fakes a three, and they're going to call Vallejo. They're going to say Vallejo grabs Growald on the drive, so a nice head and shoulder fake that time by Brody. And that head and shoulder fake's a good weapon for him because you've got to come out and guard him close. And when you do, you give that little fake, and somebody's going to bump you, and that's exactly what happened that time. Price outside around the screen. Now Remy goes to the rack. Puts it up with the right hand. Good. Hey, what a start for the Vikings. The Vikings have scored the first 7. And all of a sudden, it's a 12-point game. It was 37-18 at half. Now 37-25. Good start for Coach Chad Lance and the Vikings here in the second half. Wraparound into Hatterley, almost walked. Gets it back to Yates. Yates bounce pass. Chanute, the jumper out of the baseline. No good. Offensive rebound, Hatterley. He didn't. No, he did. Missed another one. Got another rebound. Missed another. Had that partially blocked, I think. So, I mean, Christian Hatterley's had 4 shots at point-blank range. And he's what you call a bad day for a hitter, 0 for 4.
And now Chanuth with the foul. He just went plowing into someone trying to get a rebound.
Benedictine a little bit rattled right now, it looks like. Vikes have come out with some energy as Obanecki. Chisholm's going to come back in and see who will sit down here. Hatterley's sitting down for Benedictine as they bring the man that had the hot hand in the first half, Thomas O'Connor, back in.
Kyle Hickey in as well, yeah.
Kyle Hickey for the Vikes. All right. 17:49 left in the game. It's a 12-point game. Price comes around an Obanecki screen, gives it head of the key to Bobby. Right wing, Gronwald. Brody double teamed outside. Now into the corner to Collins. Collins drives in, lays it in. 9-0 run as the Vikings have cut this thing to a 10-point game. What a start for the Vikings. And Coach Ryan Moody says, let's talk about this. Timeout on the floor. The Vikings a 10-0 run to start this second half.
Well, you couldn't ask for anything more. The Vikings have sped this game up a little bit. The pace is a little quicker than it was, and they're on a 10-0 run. What a great way to start it. Kyle Hickey started it off, and again on the other side, Hatterley missed 2 or 3 wide open layups, and that certainly has contributed to this as well.
I guess it's a 9-0 run. It's a 9-0 run for the Vikings here.
9-0
37-27. You know, and Ken, I want to say, before the game, I was talking with Coach Ryan Moody, and I asked him, I said, Coach, not much time left. Are you guys going down? He said, yeah, I usually go down with about 13 minutes to go, but I'll work around your schedule.
Yeah.
He said, I'll be glad to talk to you and work around your schedule. I appreciate him doing that, you know. All right, 17:24 left to play. Good start by the Vikings here in the second half. Looks like the Vikes in a zone right here. Vikes in zone defense. Now a jump shot off the baseline by Yates, knocks it down. So Andre Yates gets the first bucket of the second half for the Benedictine Ravens. He breaks a 9-0 Viking run. The lead is 12. There's a steal. O'Connor gets the steal. Connor bounced past to Yates. Yates goes baseline. Back outside, Vallejo gets Gronwald in the air, puts up a jumper. This rolls around. Oh, nice job by Chanuth. As nobody put a body on Jake Chanuth, he just came right through the middle and got that offensive rebound, and feet never touched the ground. Caught it midair and laid it in. Now what's the call?
A technical now on
Yates. So that's his third foul. That counts as a personal.
He must have said something. I don't know what he said.
So Andre Yates picks up a tee and his third foul. So that's a break for the Vikings right there. That's going to put Gronwald. Brody will have 2 shots, and the Vikings will get the ball.
Well, he's smiling about it, and they're trying to explain to Ryan Moody what he did, and Brody hits the free throw.
Yeah, Brody, perfect 3 out of 3 from the line tonight. Give him 5 points. He'll have 1 more. Bingo. So Brody knocks down both. Vikes get the ball. It's a 12-point game. Vikes can make it a single-digit game if they knock down a triple here.
And again, there's your third foul on Yates.
Yep. Now,
check out.
Wills Walrap comes back in. Yates takes a seat. He's not a happy camper right now. He smiled a minute ago, but he's not smiling right now.
I don't know what he said, but he said something that got the officials' attention.
Left wing, Washington, guarded by Walrap. Tim gets it head of the key to Collins. Good movement to the right wing to Remy Price. Gronwald spins into the middle, hands to Collins. Now Bobby loses the handle. Ball taken away by O'Connor. Walrap left wing, down low block to Chanuth. Fall away jumper, too hard off the glass. Nice rebound, Brody. Vikes want to run. That's good. They got to run. That's a good move. Washington slashes into the middle, puts it up and got it. Tim Washington took that ball with some force right down the middle that time. Went over the top of 2 people, flipped it in, give Timmy 6. It's a 10-point game once again. Now Cutney outside. Tried to drive, almost lost it. Walrap gets it back, head of the key, Vallejo. There's a 3 by Chanuth. Missed it. Rebound, Obanecki. Vikes playing zone right now, kid. It's working out pretty well for him. Excuse me. Price over on the left wing to Washington, and now they're going to call Obanecki as Obanecki knocks Cutney to the ground. That'll be an offensive foul on Chisholm Obanecki. That's his first. 15 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in regulation here from the Burns Athletic Complex, Grover C. Redford Gymnasium. It's a 10-point lead for Benedictine. They've led the whole way. O'Connor, right wing Vallejo, now back head of the key to O'Connor. The Vikes still in that zone. Chanuth goes baseline. Now tried to get it inside. Ball knocked away by Gronwald. Now taken away by Washington. Good D by the Vikes again, kid.
And they've sped this game up to their pace.
Now Gronwald down the middle off the glass basket and one. Nice take by Brody as he goes right down the middle. Nice soft little teardrop shot. Bounces around on the rim, drops, and he's fouled. And boy, Brody Gronwald, the Vikings down by 19 points at halftime. Brody Gronwald can make this a 7-point game if he can knock down this free throw. That's the third foul on Adam Cutney. So Brody, the senior, knocks it down. So Brody a perfect 5 for 5 from the stripe. He got 9 points now. Again, we've talked about Brody a lot. He's been a mainstay on this team. Very good player. He's a senior out of Carthage, Illinois. And now they get the ball inside, get it into big Adam Cutney. And Cutney bangs one off the glass. He's got 4, extends the lead back to 9. Price down the middle. Remy Price. And I tell you what, there's nobody any quicker than Remy. He took that one right to the rack with the right hand, laid it in. 7-point game.
Boy, the offense looking much better than it did in the first half.
Much later, a much faster pace right now, much faster. It speeded Benedictine up a little bit too. Norvillis had it knocked away by Gronwald. Good D by Brody.
Brody cut in front, right in front of Cutney, and knocked it away.
Vikes will inbound under their own bucket. 14 minutes, 24 seconds is checking back in for the Ravens is Kyle Harrison. Outside it comes to Walrap. Walrap spins on Washington. Flip shot. No good. Rebound. How many rebounds has Tim Washington got this half? Boy, he's all over those boards. Now Tim gets the ball back out to Gronwald. Head of the key. Deep three by Brody. This hits the back of the rim and goes off. But good hustle by Obanecki to save it. Gets to Washington on the right wing. Now they're going to call a foul. I don't know what was the call that time. That's a push-off. That's going to be on Harrison, I believe. A foul on Kyle Harrison.
No, they called it on Tim Washington.
Oh, they called it on Tim. Oh, I thought they called it on 12 for Benedictine, but they looks like they've called it on 12 for Missouri Valley. So I'll take the foul away from Harrison and unhappily hand it to Tim Washington. What did they call? They call it T?
I don't think that. Yeah, I guess they must have called it technically.
Now they called T now on Coach Lance. So now O'Connor goes to the line, knocks down the first free throw.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've watched Chad Lance on the sideline for a lot of years, and if you get a technical for what he said there, this guy's thin-skinned, isn't he?
Yep,
My
so.
goodness.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't hear him say anything at all.
Really.
I didn't hear. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I didn't hear it.
Maybe he didn't have a good New Year's. You know, might have had bad New Year's.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something.
I don't know what the call was.
I
There's something on, I don't know if that was an intentional foul on Tim Washington. I don't know what the call was. But somehow you got O'Connor on the line. He's already shot one free throw. We know we've got a technical coming up, so I don't know if he's going to shoot three more free throws or what. I'm not sure what's going on here. He's going to have to shoot with a lot of noise from the Viking cheerleaders. It makes no difference. Yeah, he's going to shoot. I think he's going to shoot 4 altogether.
So that must have been an intentional foul.
Yep, I guess.
And then a technical.
So O'Connor's drained 3. See if he can make it 4 in a row. Boy, he's been the star of the game offensively for this Benedictine team. He's got 11 points right now. Missed one. All right. So it should be Viking ball, it looks like. So 14 after all that is over. It's back up to a 10-point game again.
Well, if that had been an intentional foul, they'd have given them the ball too. So it must have been 2 technicals.
I don't know.
But they shot 4
free throws. They don't tell us a lot, do they?
No. Well,
and we don't always know a lot either.
That makes it a 10-point game again.
All right, Hickey. Now looks like Benedictine back in his zone again. Hickey skip pass. Gronwald goes baseline down to Obanecki. Nice move inside. Chisholm missed the first one, got the rebound, put it in. That's the kind of muscle the Vikings need to show inside, as Obanecki was not going to be denied that time. O'Connor, head of the key. Left-hand dribble, spins to the middle. Almost lost it.
Everybody's
man scramble. There's a scrub right now. Now the ball taken away by Obanecki. Here comes Chisholm. Into the corner, deep three by Gronwald. Missed it. I can't see what happened. About 8 Vikings are in my way right now.
Obanecki took a shot and missed it.
Okay, I had the whole Viking bench rose up right in front of us. Bottom line is we got no points out of that possession. It's still an 8-point game. O'Connor guarded by Washington. Down under 13 minutes to go in the game. O'Connor, stop and go dribble down to 7 on the shot clock. Down low to Norvillis. O'Connor fakes a 3, now spins to the free throw line, puts up a jumper and missed it. Rebound Hickey. Here come the Vikings down by 8. They can get as close as they've been if they can knock one down here. Now Coach Chad Lance wants a timeout, so Remy Price hands the ball to the official. We got a timeout. 12:27 left to play. Vikes have come from 19 down, have trimmed it down to 8. We got a ball game, folks.
We've got a big ball game going on here with 12:27 to go. Again, no other scores on the men's side tonight. And on the women's side, Mid-America Nazarene remains undefeated in conference play. You know, when the Viking women had them kind of on the ropes for a while in that game here.
Yeah, they did. They did. But is there any surprise that you got Benedictine, Baker, Mid-America, and CMU all right there at the top, as they were last year, as they were, the other 3 of them were the year before.
But Mount Mercy won again tonight, 68-57 over Culver, as I mentioned. Mid-America Nazarene won their game, but it was close, 68-65. CMU won theirs at Clark, and then Grayson over Peru. So.
I'm really interested to see, as I said earlier, to watch that William Penn, both the men and the women play here next week. Their girls, I mean, we beat their women twice last year, beat them pretty convincingly on their court, but they're playing very well. I think they're, were they 7-2? They're 6-3 right now. 6-3.
Well, here's an 8-point game, Viking ball. So let's see if the Vikes can continue to chip away at this.
Tim Washington, Kyle Hickey, Brody Gronwald, Chisholm Obanecki, and Remy Price, the 5 on the floor for the Vikings. Remy comes out, head of the key, hands back to Hickey. Left wing, deep 3 by Washington. Got it. The ball danced around the rim and then dropped. So Timmy knocks down his first 3. That's the second triple of the game for the Vikings. Hickey had one. And so Tim Washington now with 9 points in the game. We've got a 5-point game, folks.
Close as the Vikings have been in a long, long time.
5-point game. A.J. Goss hands back to C.J. Vallejo. Vallejo wraparound pass to Hatterley. Might have walked. Now Hatterley has it knocked away by Obanecki, but it goes out of bounds.
Chisholm just couldn't grab it before it went out of bounds, but good defense. And I tell you, the big guy Hatterley was just backing in, trying to muscle his way in, and Obanecki stood his ground.
Now Chanuth comes back in. Norvillis takes a seat. Now they throw it out, head of the key to Walrap. Walrap gives over to Chanuth. Bounce on the left wing to Goss. Almost lost it. He did lose it, but Kyle Hickey knocks it out of bounds.
2 seconds on the shot clock.
Boy, Vikes playing good D right now, playing that zone. That zone defense is really paying big dividends here for the Vikings here in the second half. Vallejo into Chanuth, his 3 at the buzzer, missed it. That's a shot clock violation. That ball did not touch the rim, so Vikes get it back. They can make this. They had a triple here. They can make this a 2-point game.
And you could hear Chad Lance say, go. He wants this pace, and this is the pace the Vikings need to play.
Obanecki, left wing over to Washington. Washington, head of the key to Hickey. Right wing, Gronwald. Vikes have got Benedictine playing their style right now. Turnaround jumper by Hickey in the lane. Got it. Kyle Hickey knocks one down. He's got 5 this half, 7 in the game. And, folks, it's a 1-possession, 3-point game with 11:19 left to play.
And it was 19, or rather,
what a
19
comeback for the Vikings. Vallejo drives in, head of the key, skip pass to Chanuth. Chanuth goes, down the baseline, missed a flip shot. Rebound Obanecki. Vikes get it back. They can make it a 1-point game here. Here comes Washington.
fouled.
And Tim fouled as he drives down the middle, so Tim Washington takes it right down the middle, and he's going to be fouled by Wills Walrap. That'll be Walrap's second foul, and it's a non-shooting foul, but that's the sixth team foul on Benedictine, so the Vikings will be. And underneath, Obanecki lays it in, basket and one. Basket and one as the Vikes on the inbounds play get it into Chisholm Obanecki. He lays it in, he's fouled, and he can tie it up if he can hit a free throw right here.
Vikings have already scored more points this half than they did the entire first half, and now they could tie it up.
Wow. What a run by the Vikings. Obanecki to tie this thing up with 10:53 left. Shots in the air. This one misses. But don't worry, folks. We're back within one. Let's see if we can continue to get stops here with this zone defense.
Yates going to come back in for next
outside to that technical foul he got kind of turned things around a little bit, and now be a foul I think on Washington as Tim got in the way of Will's Walrap that time, and Washington picks up what I believe is his second foul. Non-shooting foul. That's only the fourth foul this half on the Vikings. Are they going to call that a shooting foul?
They're going to say he was shooting.
No, I don't think so.
No way.
I don't think so. No way.
No way.
He was 15 feet out from the basket.
No way.
Walrap, I guess, has two here. First one missed.
He hadn't even really started his drive to the basket yet.
I mean, he had made no indication of a shot.
No.
Walrap with one more. It's a one-point game. See if we can get him to miss another one. Nope, he knocks down the second one, so it's a two-point Benedictine lead with 10.5 minutes left to play.
All right, you worked so hard to get here. Let's keep it going.
Price outside, drives inside, goes through a double team off the glass. Missed it, but Remy gets a rebound, puts it up, and he's fouled. Wow. And Remy Price went up amongst the big guys right there, got that offensive rebound off of his miss. And that's going to put him on the line now for two shots as he can tie this game up as C.J. Vallejo gets a foul. Let's see if Remy can knock down a couple here. First one, bang, knocks it down. Remy Price now with 6 in the game. He can tie this thing up if he can knock down this second one. Remy knocks them both down, and since the beginning of the games, first time since the beginning of the game we're tied. Remy Price, the junior out of Chicago, buries a couple of free throws right here, and it's a tie game. See if we can get a stop. As Ken said, Andre Yates back in the Benedictine lineup. Now Yates throws one right into Coach Ryan Moody over on the sideline. So Yates a little bit frustrated right there, whips a pass right into the Benedictine bench. Vice can take their first lead of the game, I believe.
I think that technical foul was huge on him.
Hickey outside. Now Washington back to Price. Good ball movement by the Vikings. Growal down the middle. Tried a behind-the-back pass, knocked out of bounds by one of the Ravens, and now Cutney comes back in, as does Thomas O'Connor. They check back into the Benedictine lineup.
Right now, the Ravens just 10 points in the second half.
Price outside, down to Growald. Brody goes baseline, back to Hickey. Hickey's three off the left side, good! And the Vikings have their first lead of the game as Kyle Hickey buries a triple off the left baseline. And boy, great job there, Kyle. Now the Vikes get a steal. Price with a steal. Ahead to Hickey. He got it on the breakaway layup. Timeout, Coach Ryan Moody. As I didn't see who got the steal. I think it was Remy Price. Got the steal, flipped it ahead to Hickey. And how about Kyle Hickey? He's got 10 points here in this second half. And what a lift he's given this team.
Wow, the Vikings roared back down by 19 at the half. They now lead 52 to 47. They have outscored the Ravens 24 to 10 here in the second half.
Yeah, what a run for the Vikings. Boy, you just feel the energy. And I mean, kid, you couldn't have two more differently played halves. We talked about it at halftime, that somehow the Vikes had to speed Benedictine up. I didn't think they could speed them up this fast, but they've got the Ravens running and Benedictine completely out of sync on the offensive end right now.
Well, I said 24 to 10. It's 34 to 10.
34 to 10.
Them in the second half.
Well, yeah.
That's a good run. That's a run. including the first 9 points of this half.
You think maybe we should have gotten Chad Lance's halftime talk on tape?
Yeah, no kid.
I don't know what he said. I bet he raised his voice a couple of times.
And I bet he said, speed it up.
Yeah.
Speed up the pace.
Because, I mean, there was no doubt Benedictine completely controlled the tempo in the first half. But right now we've got a 5-point Viking lead with under 10 minutes to play here in the game. O'Connor, got to stay on him. He's had a hot hand. He goes down the middle, bounce pass. Now spin move by Cutney, almost walked. O'Connor almost walks. Now gets it on the right wing to Yates, down to 10 on the shot clock. Yates picked up by Hickey. Yates playing with 3 fouls, 5 on the shot clock. Deep 3 by Yates. Got it. Oh, wow. That's, you talk about create something off the dribble. Great defense by Hickey, and Yates just put it right in the face and knocked it down. There's a shot missed by Washington off the left wing. So Benedictine can tie it back up with a bucket here. Vallejo out of the corner. Missed it. Rebound Hickey.
Kyle's had a big game.
52-50. The Vikings clinging to a 2-point lead. 8.5 minutes left to play here. Grodwald on the left wing. Head of the key to Hickey. Kyle down the middle. Fires it up. This one rolls around, comes out, but Obanecki tracks down the offensive rebound. Good job, Chisholm. Now Price will back it up, back it out, reset the offense with 8:20. Remy, baseline. Tries to go between a double team, had it blocked. Not a good choice that time by Remy. Not a good decision by Remy Price.
Kind of got himself in no man's land, nowhere to go.
Look out, here's Yates, another 3. Missed this one. The offensive rebound, pinballs out to Vallejo. Now Yates resets the offense, right wing to Chanute. 52-50, the Vikings lead it. A lot of time left. Down low, Cutney goes in, goes up strong. They're going to say a foul on somebody inside. Is Adam Cutney that time. The big guy got it, went right to the rack, and they're going to call that foul on Brody. I think that's Brody's first foul of the game, I believe. So Grodwald gets the foul. It's a non-shooting foul as Coach Chad Lance, looks like Tim Washington maybe took a knee in the thigh or something as he'll come out, and Darryl Lemire comes in. Outside to O'Connor. Benedictine down by 2. 7:45 left to play. Chanute, a deep 3 for the lead. No good. Nice rebound, Obanecki. Chisholm doing a good job on the boards right now. Growald, now Coach Chad Lance wants a timeout. So 7 minutes and 35 seconds left to play here in regulation. The Vikings, who, folks, in case you missed it, they were down by 19 points at halftime. They've clawed back off the mat, speeded things up, and they've taken a 2-point lead.
Chad taking that timeout with 7:35 to go. 52-50 is our score. Don't forget, we'll be in Des Moines Saturday at 2 and 4 o'clock starts against the Vikings of Grandview. And then it's on the road Monday and back here next Thursday and on Thursday and Saturday. And I'm not sure. I'll have to check, but the next Thursday night game might be against Clark, might be the alumni social here.
Okay.
I think
I'm looking forward to seeing Clark. That's the one team we've never played them. Mount Mercy, I was impressed with them.
Yes.
Both their men and their women came in here and got wins that night they came in. They both looked pretty good, so kind of like to know what Clark's got, so we'll find that out next Thursday.
Find that out a week from tomorrow.
All right, 52-50, it's Viking ball. 7.5 minutes left to play. See what play Coach Chad Lance drew up out of this timeout. Hickey down the middle. Kyle off the right side. Got it. Hey, and Kyle Hickey is taking over this game right now. 12 points in the second half. 14 in the game. And, boy, what a lift he's given this Missouri Valley Ball Club.
He has that potential. He was on that team that went to the national tournament. He can get it done.
How about this zone defense by the Vikings? And now Benedictine throws the ball out of bounds. And I tell you, Ken, this zone has given the Ravens fits.
And the Vikings are doing two things, playing this zone and getting this game to the pace they want.
54-50, down to the 7-minute mark. Vikes, if could win, they could move their record to 6-3. They could even it up. Benedictine 6-2 right now. If the Vikes win, the two teams would be tied. Lemire around the screen. Now Darryl slashes down the middle. Now had it knocked, gets it in the corner to Price. Now back to Hickey. 9 on the shot clock. Kyle wants the ball. Kyle spins, puts up, a nice pass as he takes it into Obanecki. I think everybody in the gym thought Kyle was going to shoot that time. He went up in the air and hit Chisholm Obanecki. One of the Ravens knocked it out of bounds.
1 second on the shot clock. All he could do is catch and shoot.
Yeah, gotta get something in fairly close, I would think. Vikes to inbound. Price to throw it in. Into Obanecki. Chisholm. Vikes don't get a shot, so that's costly turnover right there.
Well, they got the ball to him, but he was kind of fading away from the basket when he gathered himself. Obviously, that 1
Well, that's
second
about all
shot.
you can do is try to take it to your big guy. You don't have time for a shooter to get his feet set and launch a shot. All right, 54-50, 6.5 minutes left. Hatterley's back in the lineup. Hatterley kind of set the stage for this half when he missed 4 wide-open layups early in the half.
The 4 missed layups and the technical.
Deep 3 by Harrison, no good. And Hatterley went over the back, got away with it. Brody Grodwald gets a rebound. Here come the Vikings. Lemaire, back Brody, head of the key. Picked up out there by Yates. Swings it over to Remy. Remy puts it on the deck with the right hand. Back to Obanecki. Chisholm down the middle. Throws up a runner. Missed it, but got the rebound. Put it up off the glass, and he's fouled. Good job of following the missed shot that time by Chisholm Obanecki. And he'll be on the stripe for 2 shots, as that's going to be the 3rd foul on Christian Hatterley.
You know, we were talking about the pace this game. The last few times the Vikings got it, you see the Ravens, they're just having to sprint down court, and they weren't doing that in the first half. Didn't have to.
Don't want
Vikings
to.
They're making them work on both ends.
All right, Obanecki knocks down the first free throw. Chisholm, 2 out of 3 from the stripe. Give him 8 points in the game, and he's played a pretty good game. He'll have one more as Bobby Collins gets set to check in. Second shot by Obi. Good. So Obi knocks down both free throws, and he's going to come out, Bobby Collins. So, boy, are the Vikings short right now, kid? You've got Remy Price, Brody Gronwald, Kyle Hickey, Bobby Collins, and Tim Washington. Basically 4 guards on the floor right now for the Vikings. Very quick lineup, though. New face in the lineup for Benedictine.
Grant Long.
That would be Grant Long. Cutney into the corner. There's a 3 by Yates. Good.
Can't let him.
Andre Yates. He's buried a couple threes here in the last few minutes trying to bring the Ravens back, and it's a 3-point game, 5.5 to go.
You have to know where he is at all times.
Yep, exactly. Hickey, right wing, Gronwald. Brody around a screen with a left-hand dribble. Hands back to Hickey. Kyle's jumper off the right side. Missed this one, and O'Connor gets a rebound, and he's going to be fouled. That's going to be team foul number 6. So both teams, the Vikes will be in the double bonus from now on out, and now Benedictine will be in the 1-and-1 after this foul.
Foul is on Washington, number 3.
So Timmy picks it up. It'll be Benedictine ball. Ravens down by 3. And as you would expect in a Missouri Valley Benedictine game, this one's going to go right down to the wire. O'Connor comes around a Chanu screen, hands outside to Lom. Yates. Look out for him. Yates almost falls down. Now picks the ball back up, backs it out. Comes around a screen for the tie. A 3, no good. Rebound, Washington. Yates missed one. Here come the Vikings. Price. Gronwald. Head and shoulder fake again. Brody's shot's good. That's a 3. He got Yates up in the air that time, and Gronwald knocks down a 3. That's his first triple of the game, and that's a big one. It's a 6-point game with 4:26 left to play.
What a second half this team has played.
Yates down low. That's going to be a shoving foul, I think, on Bobby Collins. Bobby didn't think so, but it's going to come up against him. So that should be a 1-and-1, and that's going to put, is that Cutney on the line? I think that's Adam Cutney heading to the line. Cudney is a sophomore out of Overland Park, Kansas, and he knocks down the first free throw. He'll have one more.
About 68% free throw shooter, so
he's got 5 points in the game as Obanecki gets set to check back in for Missouri Valley. Second shot by Cutney. Missed this one. Rebound, Hickey. Why not? Kyle's done everything else here in the second half. 59-54, Vikings lead as we near the 4-minute mark. A 3 by Gronwald. Head of the key. Brody knocks down another one. Say it isn't so, Brody. Nice shot.
Boy, that thing almost hit the score rafters.
15 points in the game, 13 for Gronwald here in the second half. Oh, nice take that time by Yates as Yates goes right down through the middle of the Viking defense, and he's had 10 points here in the last 3 or 4 minutes. 62-56. It's still a two-possession game, under 4 minutes to play. Grunwald outside. Brody had it knocked away. Now a scramble on the floor. Good hustle by Lom that time. Lom gets a steal for Benedictine. He just kind of took it away from a couple of Vikings. All right, Vikes need a stop here. The Vikes, are they going to man-to-man now, or are they still in that zone? I think they have. Now Yates drives inside, had it knocked away, but it goes over to O'Connor. Chanuth back to O'Connor, deep three, head of the key, got it. That ball danced on the rim and then danced in as Thomas O'Connor buries a three. It's a three-point game. 3 minutes left to play.
You got it. This is a big 3 minutes here.
Yes, it is. Remy Price. Lob inside. Collins goes up. Oh, he fouled on the shot. A chance for a three-point play as Bobby Collins got the defender up in the air right now. Had a chance, and that was Cutney. Had Cutney in the air, but Cutney picks up his fourth foul. And that's going to put Collins on the line for two shots. Again, Bobby Collins, a sophomore out of St. Louis. Really has had some good minutes for this Viking team, but he misses the first free throw. He'll have one more.
Bobby knew if he went straight up, he was going to get that shot blocked by Cutney, so he had to do a little head and shoulder.
Well, he faked. He didn't try to go up strong with him. He went up, got him up in the air, and then almost had the three-point play. Second shot, Collins. This one pinballs out. A couple of big misses there by Bobby. 62-59, 2:47 left. Vikes need a stop here. Looks like they're still in that zone, I guess.
Yep,
I think they're still in that zone defense. Kind of mixing and matching, switching it up a little bit. Lob, head of the key to Goss, almost walked. Goss did walk that time, got away with it though. Back out to Lob, down to 5 on the shot clock. Deep three by Chanuth. No good, not a good shot that time. Good defense by the Vikings. That zone gave Benedictine fits that time. We're down nearing the 2-minute mark. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Vikes clinging to a three-point lead. Grunwald. Brody out head of the key to Price. 13 on the shot clock. Remy spins head of the key. Now goes off the right side. Puts it up and in. Nice strong shot by Remy Price. Goes up with the right hand. He's got 8 in the second half, 9 in the game. And boy, this Viking team, completely different team than what we saw in the first half. 19 down at halftime, now up by 5.
Huge possession here. Need a stop.
Yates goes through the entire defense again. Missed the runner, though. Yates missed the shot. He went right through the heart of the defense, but missed the flip shot, so the Vikes dodged the bullet down to 1:20 left to play. 5-point Missouri Valley lead. Coach Chad Lance yells out, hold the ball, and there's a foul as A.J. Goss grabs hold of Remy Price.
I'm kind of surprised at that foul that early. He just grabbed him.
And the Vikes from now on will be shooting 2 shots on every foul.
You miss that possession you score, there's still going to be a minute to go, but they decided to foul early here.
2 shots right now for Remy. Remy's first one in the air, got it, then rolled around the rim and dropped. So boy, Remy Price and Kyle Hickey both have had big second halves, as has Brody Grunwald. Grunwald has 6, 7, 9. I've got him at 13 or 14 points in the second half. Hickey has 12, and Price misses a second free throw. But the lead is 6. It's still a 2-possession game with 1 minute and 18 seconds left to play.
Don't foul here, just play good defense.
Chanuth, right wing, it goes over to Yates. Got to stay on him. Skip pass to O'Connor. O'Connor drives in. Back to Yates. Good D by the Vikings. Deep three by Yates off the left wing. Got it. And there's a timeout. Has a big one right there as Andre Yates buries a triple. And Coach Ryan Moody takes a timeout. 56.4 seconds left to play. A 3-point Viking lead, 65-62.
Yates now has 20 points.
He's a real deal, isn't he?
He's hitting some big shots.
And they've all been big shots with the game on the line.
Big shots. He took it 56.4. It's a 1-possession game. Boy, this is a huge. The Vikings can score here. They said they just did such a great job coming back here in the second half.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Difference.
I've got Brody Grunwald with 14 in the second half. I've got Kyle Hickey with 12. I've got Remy Price with 9 in the second half. Chisholm Obanecki with 5 in the second half. So, again, a lot of different guys have chipped in and helped make this happen.
18 points in the first half, 47 in the second half.
Yeah, down by 19 at halftime. I don't know what's the biggest comeback that Coach Chad Ladd's team has had, but this has to rank somewhere in the top 4 or 5, I think.
Full court pressure by the Ravens.
Vikes, they're going to give it to Brody, let him bring it up. Again, the Vikings on any foul will be shooting 2 free throws, but
take some time.
Benedictine doesn't need to foul now. There's a one-possession game. Vikes need to make this a big possession. Growald outside, 15 on the shot clock. Oh, Brody got up in the air. Nowhere to go but go. Brody that time flipped the ball up in the air. Nowhere to go, but somehow Kyle Hickey came down underneath the ball, got it to the basket, missed the free throw, and he's fouled. But Adam Cutney's just fouled out of the game. So Kyle Hickey, and this will be Kyle's, he's done everything else, but this will be his first trip to the line tonight.
Need to make these.
Hickey will have 2 here with 37.1 seconds left to play. He can make it a 2-possession game if he can hit either one of these free throws. Why not make them both? Makes the first one. So Kyle with 13 here in the second half, 15 in the game. He'll have 1 more.
Now you do not want to foul this next possession. Make him take some time.
Second shot by Hickey. Just a pinball rolls around and comes out, so it's a 4-point game, 33 seconds left to play. Oh, Lom takes one. Oh, knocks it down. Wow. I'm not sure that's the guy they expected to take the shot, but Grant Lom, the freshman, buries the 3. It's a 1-point game, 27 seconds. Washington over to Hickey. Hickey in the corner to Obanecki. Vikes spreading it out. And now Washington's going to be fouled by Vallejo, and they yelled foul. I think what Benedictine's saying, let him hit 2 free throws. We'll come down and see if we can get a 3.
Well, Timmy is a 75% free throw shooter, 37 out of 49 coming in, and he's 2 for 2 tonight.
What a shot. Grant Lom, a freshman out of Columbus, Nebraska, did not play in the first half. What a big 3 that was for him. Is that his first 3 of the
second attempt and the first one he's made of this year? He's only played, my goodness, they only have him down through unless he might have just started this semester. I don't know. He's only played 3 minutes this year.
He buried that one, though.
Big one, big shot.
It's a 1-point game, 18.6 seconds to go. When we come back, Tim Washington's going to be on the line. Tim had 2 free throw attempts in the first half, and he hit them both. He's got 9 points in the game, so I think Benedictine's thinking, even if he hits 2, let's come down and get a 3. And they've been shooting the 3s pretty well here in the last few minutes.
Now that might be if they now and again you have to decide that if they make the 2 and it's a 3-point game, if they run the clock under 10, do you foul them and get the ball? That's that.
You kind of like that strategy, don't you? You've said that before.
I've seen it beat me too many.
You've seen somebody come down and crank one in at the buzzer,
I like that. But now it has to be under 10 seconds when you do that. You can't do it with 15 seconds on the clock. Too much time.
It's 18.6 is what we have right here. The clock's stopped right now. And Tim Washington, again, Tim's a junior out of Bellwood, Illinois. He's going to be on the line for 2 shots. It's Washington, Hickey, Growald, Lemire, and Chisholm Obanecki, the 5 on the floor for the Vikings right now. Come on, Timmy. Timmy will have a couple here. The junior bends at the knees, missed the first one. Wow.
He was kind of stiff there.
Gotta have this one.
Kind of stiff there when he took that shot.
Gotta have this one.
Easier said than done sitting here, I guarantee you.
Washington, second shot, got it. So Timmy gets 1 out of 2. So it's a 2-point game. 18.6 seconds left. When we come back, it'll be Benedictine's ball.
Well, Benedictine gives up 68 a game. The Vikings have 67. They score 75. The Vikings give up 76. So we're about on pace. And guess what's new? Benedictine and Valley, a close game.
I bet you if you'd asked Ryan Moody at half, you think you'll give up 67 points today.
Yeah.
We only had 18 at half. I bet he'd have said no way. But, boy, the Vikings have really come back with a huge second half.
Well, on the Benedictine, you better watch Yates, obviously.
Don't forget about O'Connor. O'Connor's a pretty good shooter, too.
Or they may just try to pound it inside and get the deuce.
No, they don't need a three. They
Nope.
don't need the three. They
Yep.
can go for the two. So be interesting to see. I think the Vikings called that timeout.
Yeah.
So
Chad is talking defense here, no question about it. You see if you put a little pressure on and make them take some time getting up court. They've got plenty of time, 18.6.
oh yeah,
seconds.
18.6 could be 3 more possessions.
And the Vikings have missed 3 free throws down the stretch.
Yeah.
Price missed 1, Kyle missed 1, Washington missed 1.
I think, and then Collins missed 2.
Collins missed two. Yeah.
Yep.
So there's 5 missed free throws here in the last couple of minutes.
Vikes look like they're not going to put a little pressure on. Kyle Hickey's going to pick up
Yates.
Yates as Yates brings it across. And now Ryan Moody, as soon as Andre Yates cracks the midcourt line, he calls a timeout. So he's going to set something up here. 15 seconds. Not much happened during that 3 seconds, but down to 15. It'll be Benedictine's ball. They trail. The Vikings lead at 67-65. If the Vikes could pull this one out, Ken, they could move to 6-3 in the conference. And boy, a lot of balance in this conference.
Well, no matter what happens tonight, I think this second half has given this team a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
They really didn't know what, a different look lineup coming into the second half, and that first half showed it, but I think now they know the kind of game they've got to play, get up and down the floor, penetrate to the basket, and get after it.
Sure be nice to win this one with that big trip on Saturday all the way up to Des Moines to take on a good Grandview team.
All right. Ryan Moody, do you think he's planning on a 2 or a 3 here?
I think he'll look for a 3 if he gets a good look, but I think he's not going to force one. He doesn't have to have a 3. So
Andre Yates may be driving to the basket.
Yeah, I would say I'll bet you a malt that Yates touches the ball in this possession. You want to bet?
I think he will.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one that takes the shot. But I think the Vikings know that too. Hickey, Lemaire, Obanecki, Growald, and Tim Washington. Not much height on the floor for the Vikings right now, but let's see what we can do. It'll be O'Connor to trigger it inbounds right in front of the scorer's table. 15 seconds left to play. It's a 2-point game. The Vikings on top. Okay, O'Connor flips it into the backcourt to who we thought he would, Yates. Yates is going to handle this thing. 12, Yates with Hickey. Now Yates drives, throws it in the corner to Lom. Lom outside to Vallejo. 5, 4, Yates has it. 3, Yates down the middle, throws it up, and he's fouled with 0.6 seconds. 0.6 of a second left. So Andre Yates took it right down the middle. For a minute there, it looked like they weren't going to get a shot away, but Yates flipped it up. Somebody blocked it, but they also blocked a lot of his body. So they're going to call that foul. That foul's going to come up on Tim Washington. That'll be Tim's 4th. So Andre Yates, if he misses either one, the Vikes are going to win this thing. 2 shots, 0.6 of a second left. Yates' first shot in the air. Got it.
He's a good customer, isn't he?
Oh, he's pretty good. I'd take him on my team. Yates will have one more. 14 points for him in the second half, and most of those have been in the last 3-4 minutes of this game. So he'll try to tie this thing up. Vikes aren't going to have time to do anything if he makes it. Only 0.6 of a second left. So
make sure you box out here. Don't let him tip it in.
Yates to try to tie it. Crowd cheerleaders yell. Shots in the air. Got it.
Oh, cool. No
so Yates
problem.
didn't blink. He did not blink. Vikes get it in, and we're going to overtime. 67-67 as Andre Yates with 0.6 of a second left drops 2 free throws. And again, you got to look. Talk about free throws. You got to look at the Vikings free throws. Vikes missed some big ones down the stretch.
Yeah, there's no question about that. They missed some big free throws. They outscored this team 49-30 in the second half, but I have us missing 4 free throws in the last, or 5 free throws in the last couple of minutes.
But what a great comeback by this bunch. They only had 18 points at half. Where they score 50, 40, 49 in the second half. So what a great effort by this team. Let's just hope we can pull this thing out.
Well, you knew where the ball was going to go. Yates was going to have it. And
if you want to do I'm fighting a little cold right now, so if you want to do the overtime, go ahead. I've got my head a little bit stopped up.
Your head's pounded.
I'm not going home, but I'll just let you.
All right. And how about the shot taken by a young man you called his name once all night long, Grant Long.
Grant Long, a freshman.
Hit a big three.
A freshman. It was a deep three right over that left wing. Yeah, yep.
All right, so for the second time tonight, we'll go to the center circle.
And I'll tell you what, two pretty good coaches involved in this game, Chad Lance and Ryan Moody, both those guys. And this is no surprise. This is an overtime. Every time we play this bunch, it's a white knuckle game.
So here we go. Obanecki and Hatterley. Now remember, Cutney's fouled out of the game.
Yeah,
Nobody else
he's the
really
only guy, I think, that Tim Washington has 4 for the Vikings. I think he's the only Viking in really any trouble at all.
Here we go. Vikes with the basketball. These overtimes, if you can take an early lead and set the tempo. Here comes Hickey all the way in. He's fouled as he drives from the right side.
I like to see Kyle playing the way he's playing here down the stretch.
Now knock these down. Take this early lead in overtime. 4:48 to go. Andre Yates made 2 free throws to tie it. Hickey gets the first one. A little more bounce in his step on that free throw.
Yep, good job, Kyle.
68-67, Vikings back up.
Kyle's 2 out of 3 from the stripe. Make it, 2 out of 4. He missed the second.
Spun in and out, so it's a 1-point lead. The Vikes hurting themselves from the line here late in regulation and early in overtime. Now the Ravens try to regain the lead.
They still got the freshman Lom on the court. He's still out there.
And he has the basketball. Guarded by Darryl Lemaire. Back out front, they go to Yates. Yates with the 2 free throws. He pushes off, gets away with it, now tries to call a timeout from his knees, loses the ball. They didn't see him trying to get a timeout, and the Vikings take it away on the turnover. 4:15 to go. Washington out front. They lob it inside to Obanecki. Spins, throws it up with the right hand, and he got it off the glass.
Yes, sir, Obanecki.
Look what I found off the glass, 70-67.
Yeah. Good to see the big guy step up, though.
He's had a good game now, 11 points. O'Connor top of the key, off to Lom. Lom hit that big 3 in that comeback for the Ravens. 3:49 to go.
Be sure you know where Yates is.
Here's Yates, right. Takes it down the middle, all the way to the basket, turns, kicks it back out to Long. Now back to Yates for 3. Got it.
Wow.
Man, is he something. 70 all, 3:32 left.
He looks to me maybe to be the shooter of the conference now.
3:26 to go. A transfer out of Cleveland State, out of Dayton, Ohio. Gronwald, right wing, double teamed. Off it comes to Obanecki. Free throw line, they give him the 15-footer, and he can't hit it.
Good look. You got to take that shot.
15-footer, couldn't hit it. Rebound O'Connor. 3 minutes to go now.
Tied at 7.
Lemmy Price hadn't been in the game for a while. He's going to come in. And here is O'Connor. Working the right side. Give it off. A long 3 by Yates. Won't go. Little out of his reach that time. Rebound. Lemaire. Lob underneath to Obanecki. Not a good decision by Gronwald. Threw it right to the big guys. Turnover. Ball comes back to the Ravens.
Every
2:30.
possession so important during this extended period.
Now both teams will slow it down. O'Connor taking his time. Working against Gronwald. 2:20. 11 on the shot clock. Tied at 70. Chanute to Yates. Yates, right wing. Long 3. He's way out there. Missed it. Offensive rebound into the corner. Another 3. This one's missed. This time Long didn't have a chance. 2 minutes to go. Viking ball. Tim Washington into the forecourt. Timeout.
Good timeout.
Vikings.
Good timeout. Coach Chad Lance is going to get the possession and get the play. At least he wants to run. I don't know how they'll execute it, but he's going to get him to do what he wants him to do here, I think.
Well, Remy Price is coming back in. He was out for a few minutes there, and I think probably look at the free throw percentages. That may be one reason. Let's see what Remy is as a he's a 64% or so in the last minute and a half of the regulation.
I think you get the ball you can get it in Remy's hands, let him penetrate. Kyle Hickey's done a good job penetrating, and you can never go wrong getting it in Brody Gronwald's hands. So Vikings have some weapons out there right now to deal with.
70-70, 1:59 to go. Chad Lance Dialing up the play that he wants here.
You know, Yates has been on fire, but he's really taken a couple of bad shots.
Yeah, I think the last
last two he's taken have been a little out of his range. I think.
A little out of range. Too much time on the clock. Now let's see if the Vikings can get that lead again and make the Ravens come from behind. It's overtime. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in 9 days or something like that, 10 games. You might as well start with an overtime.
Yeah, might as well. I'm glad we're at home and not trying to drive through the snow coming back from Atchison.
Right.
But, you know, it never fails. Snowstorm, we're going to play overtime.
We're going to play overtime. All right, here comes Tim Washington right in front of us to inbound. 23 on the shot clock, 1:59 game clock, and here we go into Remy Price. Remy brings it right side, leaves it for Gronwald, now to Obanecki. Back out front to Gronwald. Gronwald, 13 on the shot clock, off to Price. Price, down to 10 on the shot clock. He gets around an Obanecki screen, takes it all the way with the left hand and scores. Oh, my. What a play by the young man from Chicago, 72-70.
And he didn't force it. He waited for his opening that time, and he found it.
Now.
There's the Vikes still in that zone.
1:28 to go. 19 on the shot clock on the Raven possession. O'Connor gets away. Inside the lane. Kicks it back out. Long three on the way. This one in and out. Offensive rebound, Hatterley. And he'll bring it outside the lane, reset.
I think Hatterley should put that one back up.
Yeah, right there.
Of course, with his shooting luck here in the second half, maybe not, but you can't get a better shot than that.
Now O'Connor dribbling the ball out by the Viking at midcourt. Here's Chanuth, will try a three. It won't go. Rebound again, offensive rebound. Chanuth will try it again. This one won't go. Rebound Obanecki, and they're going to call the foul on Hatterley, I believe.
Well, Hatterley did a job on the boards, but a good job that time by Chisholm Obanecki, and he'll be on the line for 2 shots. So with under a minute to play, Chisholm can make this a 2-possession game if he can knock down 2. It's a 2-point game right now.
They had some chances, didn't they?
That's the 4th on Hatterley. I don't why do Hatterley get the ball? I guess when I played, I got the ball underneath. I'm going back
I'm going
up.
to take a shot. Yeah, he had it right underneath twice. Obanecki.
There you go, good. Chisholm. Good job. Hey,
Chisholm, 2 for 2.
I got him 3 out of 4 on the night.
Yep. And he has, what do you have, 13 points?
I got him at 12.
12 points.
12
points, yeah. 73-70, 52.6 seconds to go.
He'll have 13 after this.
Got it. Yeah, now it's too big. He shoots 65% on the year, and he buries 2 big ones. 50 seconds to go. 4-point game, 2 possessions.
Too good.
Now here is O'Connor. Back out to Chanuth. He'll try a 3. It won't go. Rebound fought for. It's picked up by Hickey. Long pass down court, and he threw it away. Oh, man. A mistake by Kyle Hickey going for the home run. He threw it away. Now, here come the Ravens. They get it underneath. Miss an easy one, but it's tipped in by Chanuth.
Yeah, boy, Hatterley missed another crip, and wow. Oh,
Hickey made a mistake there. Hickey made a mistake.
He
Had a 2-possession game. Tried to throw the home run and threw it away.
Well, it was open at first. He just waited too long. And give Thomas O'Connor credit. He went back and made a good play. It looked like a defensive back kind of came over from his free safety spot and intercepted it.
Well, we're down to 26 seconds. Good job by Chanuth. And that was another miss right underneath by Hatterley. 74-72, 26 seconds to go. The Vikings will have it. The shot clock is off. Bobby Collins is going to come in.
We just need to get this game out of range where Andre Yates can't do something.
Can't win it.
He's scary.
He has 5 triples in this game. I've got him at 25.
25, got him at 25.
25
points. And 18 of those in the second half. In the second half where they didn't do much offensively, the rest of the guys.
Well, let's see who the Spikes are going to have out. Looks like they're going to have Obanecki, who hit the 2 free throws, Washington, Collins, Hickey, and Gronwald. Price is not going to be out there. And again, I think that's the free throw shooting there. The Vikings have to go the length of the floor.
Except for Yates, Benedictine only 14 points in the second half.
Obanecki can run the baseline here as he'll inbound the ball. They get it into Washington. Take your time here. Washington double, triple teamed, and he has to call a timeout. 22 seconds
That's
to go.
all right. That's all right. That's better than a bad pass or a turnover of some kind.
So Washington got it. He thought for a moment about throwing the ball deep, and then he said, nope, I better just take the timeout here.
He says, I saw how mad Coach Lance got
No, you
Kyle
don't
when
want
he
to do
did it,
that.
so I'm not going to be a part of that.
You don't want to do that here. Well, a small crowd because the students are here, but the folks that are here are having a good time.
It's been a good game. Boy, and I tell you, win, lose, or draw, what an effort by the Vikings.
Yep.
They could have just rolled up the mats and said, hey, we're down by 19 at half. You know, the students aren't here to support us. Let's just finish this one out. But they came out and, boy, got off to a great start in the second half and took control of the game, really.
The women's game was won by Benedictine tonight. And the men would like to return the favor and get their win. The women's game, final score was 53 to 44.
Yeah, the Viking ladies hung around. I mean, they played a good zone defense, just did not shoot very well at all tonight.
Shot clock is off. Lemire will inbound. Now, I don't think he now cannot run on that sideline.
No,
he has to be stationary.
It's a dead ball.
Dead ball. So he has to be stationary. Gets it into Washington. Washington through traffic. He falls down. It's picked up, and a travel as diving on the floor. Trying to take it away was A.J. Goss after Washington lost it. Goss slid across the floor, had the ball, and he's called for traveling. Either that or he stepped out of bounds or slid out of bounds on the far side.
It's going to be Viking ball one way or the other. 15 seconds left, 74-72.
Coach Moody didn't agree with that. He thought maybe a timeout was called, but he had the ball sliding along the floor. In it comes to Gronwald. Here comes Brody. They're not going to foul him yet. Into Hickey. Hickey into the corner to Washington, 10.7 seconds.
Yeah, Kyle can put a big hurt on Benedictine if he can knock down 2 free throws here, because not that it's out of reach if he hits them both, but boy, it would be big.
It sure would be big.
If he hits only one or doesn't hit either one, it's anybody's game still.
Hickey at the line.
He's going to hit them both.
2 out of 4.
Kyle's going to hit them both. Come on, Kyle. Nice and easy.
Trying to get the Vikings to 6-3 in the conference.
Yes.
Boy, there was a lot of confidence in that free throw.
That hit nothing but net. Let's see if he can knock down one more, then make them come down and take a bad shot. Let's go out of here with a 6-3 record.
They're going to foul if he misses. Hickey made it. 4-point game. Now the Vikes just have to make him take time off the clock here. Don't foul. Whatever you do,
Let
do
Yates,
not foul.
Let Yates do his thing.
Yates, a long three. He got it from about 30 feet out.
Man,
oh my.
That should have been a 4-point shot.
He hit that from about 30 feet.
Man alive.
76-75.
28 points now for Andre Yates.
Whew. I mean, he thought nothing about it. He raised up.
I would give him that shot 10 times.
Oh, yeah, and he buried it. So we're at 5.1 seconds now, 76-75.
28 points for Yates again. Wow.
That was an unbelievable shot.
All right, now, what do you do if you're Benedictine? I guess you foul right away.
You have to foul right away.
So then what do the Vikings do? If they make both free throws, it's a 3-point game.
Then
Do they foul right away?
I would.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I'd foul.
That's your game,
That's
isn't
my
it?
game now.
Yep.
But you got to get fouled, make 2 free throws.
You got to make both free. And you know they're going to, I mean, they got to foul immediately. I mean, it might foul before the ball even comes in down.
Could do that. What a game.
Oh, yeah, great
75.
game. Great effort by this Viking team. And what a couple of big clutch pressure free throws that time by Kyle Hickey.
Vikings can get the ball in and get the ball going up the court.
That'd be nice if we could break somebody wide open down the floor. But then you take a chance of throwing it out of bounds.
Throwing it out of bounds. Remember that play in the national tournament?
Oh, yeah. Very well.
Lemire runs the baselines. Gets it in to Gronwald. And Brody took about a second and a half off the clock.
That's about the best you can hope for in that situation right there.
It was 5.4 seconds to go. Now 3.6. So good job by the clock operator down there.
Got to put my money on Brody.
All right, Brody, knock these down. And then you might want to foul.
I'm not going to say what Brody is from the line. I'll tell you he's had a good night, but not going to tell you what he is.
Vikings as a team have had a good night. First one, got it.
Brody.
You shoot all those free throws in your backyard, in the gym, and this is what it's all about.
It's going to be a one-possession game regardless of what happens.
Now, Hatterley's going to come back
Brody
in.
did a good thing. Brody went ahead and shot the shot. I mean, he called timeout. He's standing there holding the ball. He went ahead and cranked, kind of like the field goal kicker for Tennessee that got the second
I'm going to go ahead
shot against the Chiefs.
I'm going to go ahead and take a shot. All right, coming in now also.
They got all their shooters on the floor, I think. I think they've got their three-point shooters out there now.
They're going to foul here as soon as, well, we'll see. Let's just make the free throw here. Missed it. Here's the pass to midcourt. O'Connor fires. He missed it. Greyhounds win it. The Greyhounds. I'm thinking of my junior college days.
I know who you're talking about.
All right. Gronwald missed it, but the half-court shot was no good, and what a second half by this Viking team.
Yeah, and this could be a game that propels this team into this second half. I mean, with a tough trip coming up, you can't have a more emotional win than this. And
wow.
Great job by the Vikings.
Well, Gronwald missed it, not on purpose, but it worked because then they had to get the rebound, get it to midcourt, and I'll tell you, O'Connor got a shot off from just about midcourt, and it had a pretty good line on it.
I thought that shot was online. He just a little too hard with it.
Well, what a second half and overtime by the Vikings to come back and win this game. Chad Lance will join us here in just a moment as the Vikings come back to win it by the score in overtime of 77 to 75.
Yeah, that's a big one there. That's a 6-3 right now, and Vikes are going to be no worse than a tie for third place.
Yep, 6-3 in the league now with that win today. Chad Lance will be over here and sit down with us.
Let him catch his breath.
Yeah, he needs to catch his breath.
Probably needs about a gallon of water.
Let's see, Andre Yates had 28. Look at that balance scoring for the Vikings, Joe. 18 for Hickey, most in the second half. 16 Gronwald.
Yeah.
12 for Price.
14
Washington.
14 Obanecki.
How about that? That's a heck of a balance scoring.
Yeah, great job.
The only two in double figures for Benedictine were Yates with 28 and O'Connor with 14.
Yep. What a win. This is as big a win as this team's had in a long time.
Vikings shot 28% in the first half, 45% in the second half. So we'll get the coach to come up here and join us. And we'll just stand up and face the camera here, Coach. As the Vikings come back, Coach, sometimes I talk about games as the tale of two halves. I don't think there's any question about tonight.
Well, no, we went into halftime and we just talked about the adjustments that we needed to make. You know, I mean, we're different. I mean, you look at us from where we were when we left Christmas to where we are today, and it's being able to trust some different stuff and stay in it. And we just went into halftime and told our guys that, you know, sometimes you get dealt a tough hand, and we have to adjust and do some different things. But what we got to do is we just got to trust each other. And we came out in the second half, and I couldn't be proud of our group. We showed some resiliency and some toughness, and you know, I tell you what, that kid can flat play. I know that for sure.
That three he hit at the end, and you were up by 4, thinking, well, we've got this one now, and he buried that from about 30 feet. But it was all tempo, wasn't it, in the second half?
It was tempo. You know, they do a good job. I've always said when you play Benedictine that it's a race to 70 because they like to kind of keep the game a little bit slower, and they bang you, and they're physical, and they do some different things. So, you know, I think this is definitely a learning experience for our guys.
Hickey had 18, big second half. That's what we need from that guy.
Definitely. You know, he's a guard playing a forward spot, and so what we're trying to do is just move him from that forward spot to be able to be a guard and do some things that he's good in and space. And I thought Remy came out ready to go, and BG came out ready to go. And, you know, the unsung hero tonight for me is Chisholm Obanecki. I thought he did a great job.
Well, we have 5 games in the next 9 or 10 days. It's nice to get that first one. It's a tough stretch.
It is a tough stretch. You know, I mean, this is a tough league, and you got to kind of butt these games up back to back. So feeling good about ourselves when we come in the morning is going to be really nice.
Coach, good win. Great win.
All right, thank
you. Great win. 18 points in the first half, and come back to win this thing by the score of 77-75 in overtime. Again, for the Ravens, 28 points for Andre Yates, 14 for Connor, and that was really about it. Chanuth had 6, Hatterley had 5, Goss had 3, 6 for Walrep, Cutney had 8, 3 for Lom, and Nathan Stacy had 2. Vikings, Joe, very good balance. We talked about that. Hickey 18, 16 for Gronwald, Obanecki 14, 12 for Price, 10 for Washington, just on and on. Collins had 5 and a couple for Lemire. The Vikings ended up shooting 45% from the game after 28% in the first half.
You know, and I think we beat a very big physical team with a very small lineup tonight. You know, I mean, that just shows grit and hustle, and you know, I don't know what the rebounding difference was.
That's your halftime.
Oh, I know. Yeah, 40. Dead even, 42-42. So, you know, as big as those guys were, Hatterley and Cutney and those big guys inside, the Vikes just held their own with them all over the place. See the rebounding. Of course, Hatterley in double figures with 12, 10 rebounds for Tim Washington. 10 rebounds for Tim. So Tim had a double, 10 points, 10 rebounds in the game, 9 rebounds for Kyle Hickey, 9 rebounds for Chisholm Obanecki. So just a good effort in the, you know, it could be a lot. It's going to be a tough trip Saturday, but a lot better trip heading up there after this win than it would have been after a loss, a lopsided loss like it was at halftime.
All right, so that's it. You're going to get tired of hearing from Joe and I in the next week and a half, but we'll talk to you from Des Moines on Saturday. Women lose to Benedictine. The men, with a big comeback, win it in overtime by 2. For Joe All, Ken Quiava, and also for Chaz Maddie, the Viking Sports Network, so long. We'll talk to you on Saturday.